Alright, this is going to be a lesson how to do Excel project number 4. So first we have to download the payroll database from week 14, I believe. And you're going to get something like this. Our second instructions say to change the current sheet to payroll data. So we'll go down here and change the color to gray. So we're going to change this to payroll data. And then we can right click on it and change the color to gray -25% background blah 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 blah. So we just scroll through these and find which one we need. I believe it'll be over here. Nope. This one. Or 10%. That one. So that changes the color of the tab. Next we're going to have to we will find what the bonus each salesperson will receive. To do this, first add a new column in E2 called bonus. So we're going to E2, type in bonus. The bonus of the salesperson will receive is a quarter of the difference between the salary and half of the sales per salesperson. You need to use an if statement to find out whether the salesperson will receive a bonus or not. Furthermore, if the salesperson receives a bonus, then how much will he or she receive? So we're going to type an if statement right in this first cell, and then we can just drag it down afterwards. So it's going to be equals if, double click on it. Our logical test will be C3, which is right here, is greater than, is less than, parentheses. You need the parentheses to divide D3 divided by 2. Close that parentheses. That's our logical test. Now our value, if it's true, is going to be, add 2 parentheses, is going to be D3 divided by 2. Close that parentheses, and then subtract that from C3, which is their salary. Close that parentheses, and then divide all that by 4. Now, the value, if it's false, is going to be another if statement. So we're going to type in if again. We're going to double click it. This time, our logical test will be D3 is greater than, or is less than, C3. That's our logical test. And if that's true, then we're going to have the cell display problem. So we're going to do quotation marks and then type the word problem. And then if it's false, we're going to say no bonus. So again, add quotation marks and put no bonus. And then close that parentheses and then close the original if statement parentheses. So your whole if statement should look like this. Type enter and you'll get 375. Now we can just drag this down the whole way. You can double click it or drag it down, either one works. Now that we have a working if statement, use this to fill the handle. We did that. Change the format of the numbers between C3 and E18 to accounting. So C3 to E to accounting. That'll make them all in numbers. Alright, first page of the instructions is done. Now we're going to have to merge and center this payroll title. And next, turn the data sheet into a table. To do this, highlight the fields A2 through E18. Then go to Insert tab and press the Table option. So go to Insert tab, Table, And then we're going to say OK to this, because that's going to be our table. Next it says to deselect the banded rows within the Design tab and select Total Rows. So we're in the Design tab, we're going to deselect the banded rows and insert the total rows. Next we have to format the table in the Home tab to the table style medium 1. We're going to go to the Home tab and go to Format as Table. And I gotta select my table. And we're going to format as table and go medium 1. That changes the color and makes it look nice. Alright, our next instructions tell us to highlight the text. To do this, we want to make these colorful. So when they say problem, it's going to be yellow. And when it's no bonus, it's going to be red. Or vice versa. Type in problem with a... Okay, so we're going to go to highlight all this. We're going to go to conditional formatting. And then we're going to go to equal to, which should be this one. And in here, equal to. And we're going to type in problem. We don't need quotation marks on this. And that'll change all of these to red with the dark fill red. And we're going to do the same thing for the no bonus, but we're going to change that to yellow. So go back to here, come here, equals, wrong one, equal to, and we're going to go no bonus. Once again, we don't need quotation marks. And we're going to change this to yellow fill with a dark yellow text. And that'll make these correct. The next instructions tell us to use the total row, which is not what you want to see. So we want to actually see the totals down here. So we want to see the sums of the salaries, sales, and bonuses. To do this, we're going to have to just click on this cell, come down here, and do the sum. That's okay. That's the pound sign. If we go up here, it just means the number is too big to fit in that cell, so we just have to fit the cell to the number. We also go down here, change this to sum. And we also come down here and change this to sum. And we go and auto adjust these so it fits the texts. And next, it tells us, notice that you can sort which items to view. For example, you can click on the sort button in the bonuses column to only show the problems and or no bonuses. Copy the text into another tab. To do this, we're going to right click payroll data right down here. And we're going to move or copy. Next, we're going to create a copy and press OK. Drag this one over here. And I think this should say we're going to have to change this to problems, I believe. Okay. Now that we're in this tab, we can use the sort function and show only the problems. So we're going to come in here, deselect all this, and just show problems. However, since Megan is a new employee, we don't really care about her net operating loss. So we're going to deselect her from the sort function from the salespersons, so she doesn't show up at all. So we're going to go to salespersons and deselect Megan. That way we only have Bill and Matthew. Alright, next we're going to use a VLOOKUP. To do this, we're going to click back in the payroll data and highlight cells A2 through E19. Go to the Insert tab and go to Recommended Pivot Tables. And this is going to be we're going to choose our third option right down here. And then we're going to move this tab to behind all of the other ones. And we're going to name it team sums. Next, we're going to want to change the column positions. We're going to want the first column to be teams, which is our first leg. We just have to rename it. And then we're going to have salaries, so that's going to go here. And then sales, which is in the right position. And then we're going to have bonuses at the end. So we just have to switch these two. So we're just going to come here and drag and move this to right here. Oops. Oh, we can't do that. So we're going to have to do it manually. So we can go to salaries and highlight all these and just drag this one to the front. So it was supposed to be teams followed by salaries, then sales, then bonuses. So just grab this one also and drag it over one. Now we're going to want to change the respected column names to team, salary sum, sales sum, etc. So change this real quick. Teams followed by salary sums followed by sales sum followed by bonus sum. We're also going to want to change these to accounting. Once again, when you see these pound signs, it just means that the number is too big to fit in the cell, so we're just going to auto adjust it. Same with this one. Alright. Our next instructions tell us, lastly, you want to see how the teams compare to one another. Go back to payroll data and highlight the table and insert a pivot table. So we're going to go here, come here, and it's already highlighted. And we're going to go and add a pivot table. So we're going to go to insert pivot table. Okay, I'm fixed up now. So we're going to go here and then go to pivot table, press OK, and then it tells us to that we don't care about the bonuses. So we're going to select all of them except bonuses. So select all of these, and within the values box, we're going to sort it by team first. So just drag this down by filters, drag the team one. And it also tells us within the values box, it doesn't make sense to add the sums of the teams. So click and drag it out of. So we can simply click it and bring it out here, and then you see that little X by my cursor. You can do that and drop it, and it'll remove it. Or you can right click it and do the same thing. I'm just going to bring it out here and delete it. Alright, so we have that. Next it says to highlight the VLOOKUP and paste it into E1. So we're just going to go here, highlight everything, copy, and paste it into E1. There is something I forgot though. I forgot to add the salesperson. So we're going to come and go just add it, click right here, and it'll add it. Now we're going to do the same with this table. So just come here and add it. Alright, so our next instructions tell us to format the numbers to accounting once again. So we're going to come here, well we can escape and deselect all that. Come here and change this to accounting, same with the other table. And we're going to fit the cells to the best fit, which I think they're pretty close. Alright, in the first table you want to see all the odd number teams, so we're going to select 1, 5, 3, 5, 7, and then in the second table we're going to want to see the even numbers. So we're going to come here, select multiple items, and just deselect the even numbers. So that's just the odd numbers. We're going to come here, change these to the even numbers. So deselect the odd numbers. And OK. Alright, our next move is to change this to team comp and drag it to the last. Click, hold, and drag. And then we're going to save this as our initials followed by payroll. For example, if mine would be J Normandin payroll, and then I'm going to save that and submit it to Blackboard. You can come and make these look better if you want. I think I skipped some easy instructions like changing this to 20, but it's just simple stuff you can do. Make it look nice. That's about it. Submit it to Blackboard and you're all set.